I see her lips. I see her lips going.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Callum.
And I'm Nick.
And this is That's Eurovision, baby. Yes.
Callum,
Yes.
we find ourselves trudging down the well-worn path of Eurovision songs.
Trudging
again.
feels negative. We are strolling. We are meandering.
We are ambling.
We are promenading.
Yes, we are promenading. We are promenading down the lengthy street of Eurovision 2026 and all of the songs that are available. And we have found ourselves in one of the smaller nations that we'll be visiting on this journey.
Arguably the smallest.
Arguably the smallest, but definitely not the poorest. We are visiting San Marino, and we will be discussing the results of the San Marino Eurovision Song Contest, where the winner, Senhit and Boy George, took it out with their song Superstar.
Okay, I'm coming out of the gate and saying this. We are not covering the San Marinese national selection, guys. We have plans to maybe revisit like a UMK watch, a Melfest watch.
Yeah.
Just some of the countries that are really investing, a DMGP watch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for San Marino, the convolutedness of their insane national selection for such a small country feels so unnecessary.
They do seem to take the smallest concept and make it the most confusing.
Look,
but
their whole thing is anyone can enter because we don't really have enough citizens. So come in, and then we reveal who's in the finale before we've actually aired your semi-final.
Yeah.
So anyway, but
It's weird. Often it's called the second chance round because you will find that a lot of the representatives from some of the other countries that maybe weren't as successful in their home nations will just pop on over to San Marino for another go.
But this year we have a legacy artist, her third time representing San Marino.
Nuts.
She represented in, I believe, 2010 or 2011.
Yep.
She then represented most famously in 2021 Adrenalina featuring Flowrider, and Senhit, who I'm talking about obviously, is coming back with another feat,
another cameo.
I'd argue feat feels like a real sort of featuring feels like a real sort of
It's a stretch.
It's a stretch. Flowrider, full verse, came to the stage.
Absolutely there.
Senhit is apparently guaranteeing that Boy George will be there. I am cynical because he does say 2 lines at the end of the song, and that's fine. Let's talk about the song before we get too much into the featuring. I'll start off by saying I actually really like this song's energy.
I think it's really fun.
Is it derivative? Yes, but
absolutely.
To everyone saying it is just a RuPaul song, once you realize that, I think it unlocks the key in your brain to enjoy the song so much more, because this is just a RuPaul song.
When you accept that she went, I want to send a really fun song to Eurovision, and she went to RuPaul's songwriting team, and they were like, oh, we got about 700 songs in the back catalog that you can choose from that Ru doesn't want.
The RuPaul B-sides.
Yeah. And she went, yeah, I want that one. And then they went, oh, do you want Boy George to feature on it? And she was like, sure.
San Marino said we have more money than we can account for. Let's just pay for another feature.
Exactly.
I like that Senhit's whole thing now is like, let me get like a famous artist to join me.
But also like adjacently famous, because it's like, she's not bringing out Taylor Swift. She's bringing out Flowrider. She's not bringing out Charlie XCX at the height of her career. She's bringing out Boy George for 2 lines, which honestly, camp.
I love that we can say in the Eurovision law that Flowrider has represented San Marino at Eurovision.
Yeah.
That's a fever dream.
Yeah.
The second time around, is it diminishing returns with Boy George? A little bit.
Well, because it's less funny this time.
It's less funny. Boy George has his fair share of, I guess, issues.
Yeah, controversies, etc.
And then on top of that, they sing 2 lines at the end of the song.
Yeah.
And that to me feels a little bit like if they come out on stage, I'm just going to be here like, okay.
The biggest problem of all of this, and I think I've said this, heard this said by many people so far, is that there is absolutely no reason for her to have involved Boy George in any of this.
Yeah, this song would have been the same, if not slightly better without the name.
Yeah, arguably better because she wouldn't have had to stand with her back to the audience for a portion of the time and be like, come on, boy.
I think it's the issue with San Marino being such a small country. of like, if we get international names in, maybe it gives us, like even last year with Gabri Ponte being from Eiffel 65. And that sort of being like, oh, here's a huge Italian sort of, diaspora song for you, but here's also like everyone knows of Blue Dabba Dee Dabba. And then like,
I mean, it worked. It got them into the final.
Exactly. It worked for them, but San Marino had not qualified for the final since Senhit prior to Gabri Ponte.
Yeah.
And I think that was slightly off the back of Flowrider, but also slightly off the back of the fact that Adrenalina is actually a really fun Eurovision song.
Yeah, it's quite good.
But I will say this, before I criticize too much about it, I kind of really like that this song is just trying to be as fun as possible.
Yeah.
It's derivative as all hell. There is nothing original about this song. But again, it's like disengage.
Yeah.
The whole point of San Marino this year, disengage your frontal lobe for 3 minutes and just forget about the world's troubles.
Just have a good time.
And have a good time. And I think if you can do that, you'll understand that this song is actually kind of camp.
I personally am just excited for another year of Senhit's vocal stims. She's got 2.
Come on.
Yeah, she got the big 2. I know that we are going to get an absolute chorus of woo, woo, come on. Which I'm personally extremely excited for.
Yeah.
Even though we were absolutely robbed by the version of this song that has been put on the official Eurovision channel, because they have replaced her fantastically fine vocals from the national final.
Fantastically weak vocals.
They were fine. They have replaced her fantastically fine vocals from the national final with the recorded version of this song, which means that I see her lips. I see her lips going. But it's just replaced with recorded version, and I will not stand for it.
There is a point towards the back end of the song. Like, the Eurovision Song Contest version of the song is actually quite insulting, because the last third of the song, it doesn't even match up. Some poor intern in the EBU head office has just had to sync up the recorded version of the song
the best they can
with the live version, and has watched the first 2 minutes and been like, it's good enough.
Yeah.
And just completely foregone that last minute when none of the audio and sound is in sync together. I would encourage you can find the original version on the San Marino Song Contest YouTube channel.
Search Senhit San Marino instead of Senhit Eurovision or San Marino Eurovision, and you'll find it.
And I will say, like, yes, the vocals are not great.
Oh, they're fine.
But they're fine. And look, towards the end, she's doing more of her ad-libs than she is singing. But hey.
It gives me a little bit of Celine Dion.
Sure. Senhit is the Celine Dion of San Marino, as everyone famously says.
I'm actually sick of campaigning on this point, because I don't know how many times I have to tell you that Senhit is the San Marinese Celine Dion before you believe me. I don't know how many times I can say it, Callum.
Anyway, do we want to talk about the current package, what we were presented, the live version of the song? Like, what are your thoughts on how it is so far?
Honestly, I didn't mind the staging. It was...
What?
I didn't mind the staging. The staging is about as deep as the song is. So... You get what you're given.
What do you think of the flash mob?
Well, she won't be allowed to bring that to Eurovision. I'll tell you that. She won't be allowed to have people dancing in the aisles. So
that was fun for the contest itself.
It was fun.
I appreciated her energy in the live performance was there.
Yeah,
I thought the backing dancers were having a great time.
The backing dancers were putting everything into that performance.
But it's one of those things where it's really hard to talk about the current package, because it was just a live performance. Sorry, it wasn't. That feels diminishing. It was just a solid package.
Fun. Yeah. The thing is, though, is that I think that this is probably more or less roughly what we will get.
I want her in the most beautiful sort of silver jumpsuit. I want her to elevate this jumpsuit from the space cutout aesthetic to full Diana Ross. Cut in jumpsuit, silver, full, We
know she's got it.
Give it the disco diva energy, because this song is obviously referencing that genre. If Senhit maybe sticks to this disco aesthetic and really leans into, like I said, a RuPaul Charles music video, Maybe. Oh my God. Maybe
Not the RuPaul Charles.
Hey.
Not the name drop.
bring out some drag queens. Bring out some Italian San Marinese drag. I'm sure there's one San Marinese drag queen somewhere. Bring out Nilenia. From Drag Race Italia.
Nilenia.
Like, I think this song could
That'd be
really
fun.
benefit from feeling like a gay club.
Yeah.
Drag queens.
Again-
Disco balls, glitter. Like, I think that's how you really camp up this song.
Don't lean into the serious aesthetic, lean into the campery. So, Callum, I think that leaves us with two very fundamentally important questions that we need to answer before we leave today.
Yes.
First, do you see this song qualifying? Second, do we think Boy George is actually going to show up to this thing?
I mean, should we start with that one?
I think we should. 3, 2, 1.
No. She said on Instagram he's definitely showing up. She's made multiple comments that he's coming.
But that being said, the Eurovision, like the ESC channel version of this song does just credit Senhit and not Boy George. So do with that information what you will.
But do I see the song qualifying? That's the next question.
I think that leaves us with our final question, yes.
I don't.
I
think that San Marino will always have an uphill battle, and it's just an unfortunate reality, and it's not me being a hater.
I don't think that there's a San Marinese diaspora community to really get behind this.
San Marino's always going to have an uphill battle at Eurovision. It's just as simple as that. The reason why Adrenalina qualified is because it was tapping into a pop sound that felt current, felt fresh. It felt really good.
It was actually a good song.
She gave it, and then like people were really. I remember the fandom in 2021 thought San Marino could win Eurovision, and they came like 20th.
Yeah, I remember that, and I also remember being like,
so
what?
If San Marino with Senhit and Adrenalina can only come like 20th, 21st for a worse version, I think that's not qualifying. I don't think the Boy George appeal is going to attract many televoters. I don't think the jury is going to vote for this at all. I think this is going to be a treat for those who commit to the semifinals and who want like a little bit of a fun song to enjoy in the semifinals.
I hope they let this close at semi.
This would be a great closer, or it would be a great opener too. Yeah. Or a song that you're sort of like, send it to the wolves because, hey, if it qualifies, what a wonderful surprise for all of us. And like, no one will be mad, but like, we're not here necessarily betting on this song.
No, and I think that that's exactly my thought is as well, is just like, if you treat it like an interval act.
Yes.
Like, I think it will be absolutely fantastic. Yeah. But we also thought that Gabri Ponte was not going to qualify. So turns out we don't know nothing about nothing.
Song was quite literally tailored to the Italian audience. Yeah. And guess who got 12 points by the Italian like televote or jury in the semi-final. So like, it remains to be seen, guys. We say this not to be like piling on to San Marino. No. I think we're both like adding it to our playlist.
We love Senhit.
This song, like I said, this is the kind of song I want to see at like a drag night in a local bar, rather than a song that I necessarily want to see winning Eurovision. And I do what?
You've heard it here first. Drag Race Italia next season. Lip sync for your life to this song. But that feels like a pretty good place to leave San Marino. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We are having a wonderful time this season, and I'm going to do all of the YouTube bits. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you doing? We're having a wonderful time. We're covering all the songs. We've covered most of them already. But get on board and turn your notifications on so you can be notified when we drop new hot videos about San Marino.
No, say that again without laughing. Go on.
Hot videos about San Marino.
Wow.
So don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to get down in the comments. Is this your number one?
I would 100% respect you. Because again,
this is your number one, because again, that's camp.
I really understand the campness of this song and I really respect it. I'm just thinking objectively that like, if I was doing my own judging of Eurovision, I'd probably get it to qualify because I really like its campness.
I guarantee you that this is someone, and probably multiple someones out there, number one.
No,
that is so okay.
Please let us know if you love the song, because we do love the song. We're just trying to be pragmatic about the fact that it's just not very competitive.
But it's a good time.
It's fun. Anyway, guys, that's a great place to end it. Thank you so much for another episode of hot San Marino coverage.
We'll see
Say
you
it.
next
No, go on, say it without laughing.
Thank you for another episode of... Oh, fuck. Thanks, guys.